Hi everybody. I know it's unusual for me to go live on a Tuesday. Usually I do it on a Monday. But if you saw my post yesterday, or if you happened to catch my live before I deleted it, I actually went live yesterday and did my whole 11 minutes or however long it lasted. And when I went to replay it to check it out to see how it sounded, there was no sound. Ugh. Apparently my microphone wasn't working and I had no idea. So I hope that's not happening again right now. I hope you are actually hearing me and I am not just talking to myself again. But anyway, I looked at it before I started and the little volume thing went up. So hopefully it's working. So my husband had to fix it last night and it took quite a long time. Poor guy, he was tired after working all day and then had to come home and fix it. It ended up to be quite an endeavor. I tried watching so that way I would know what to do next time, but he had to do all kinds of things. And since I'm not very tech savvy, he said, yeah, next time if it doesn't work, don't try to fix it yourself. Because that's actually what I tried to do. I tried to see if I could figure out why the mic wasn't working myself. And somehow when I clicked on the mic, I found it in the devices and printers, and I went to click on it to see if I could fix it. I actually made it disappear. So he had to try to find it again and get it installed, and it was just a huge, and then the camera wasn't working when he tried. It was just a huge mess. So anyway, he told me next time if something doesn't work, just wait for him to get home to fix it and don't try to fix it myself. So on to what I was talking about yesterday. I was telling you about the post that I did last week. Hi, Julian. I hope you can hear me today. I was, yesterday I started talking about the post that I wrote this past week, so I'm going to talk to you about that. It's about the most flavorful and inexpensive tea that I found. So my doctor wanted me to try and drink more water because as you get older, of course, you know, I mean, everybody needs to drink more water. But as you get older, there's all these things they make sure that you're doing when you go to the doctor's office, and that's one of them. And I also have a weird thing that if I get dehydrated, my ears plug up. So he suggested that I drink more water. The only problem is I hate drinking water. That's why I don't drink that much of it, because I don't like it. So he suggested that I try some tea. Well, I also didn't used to like tea. I didn't like it. My parents we used to go after church when I was growing up. There was this Chinese food restaurant that was just down the main road from church, and a lot of the people would go there for lunch, and it'd be nice that the restaurant owners knew everybody from church, and they'd be ready for us, and there'd be tons of people there from church. So we went there, but we went there so much. And of course, there was always tea to drink, and I just didn't like tea. So after having it all that time growing up, I just didn't want it anymore. But my doctor said, you know, you got to try something. So he said some fruit flavored tea might not be so bad, because of course you don't want to add any sugar to it, because that would just kind of defeat the whole purpose of getting healthy by adding more sugar. So he suggested that I try fruit flavored tea, because those are maybe already taste sweet enough anyway, so we wouldn't need the added sugar. So I want to tell you about where I found tea that actually has made me a tea drinker, if you can believe it. So where I found it is on Etsy, and his shop is called The Tea Man. He has the best tea I have ever tried, and I will leave a link to my blog post later in the comments so you can read all about the Tea Man in his shop, and there's also links in there about where you can find him and his tea. And you will, I'm sure, even if you're not a tea drinker, I'm sure you will end up liking it too. So let me tell you about his tea. I have to look over here. So his tea is hand blended. So he makes it all himself. It's hand blended tea. And let me read what he says to you. He says, my teas are blended fresh with real fruit, spices, roots, nuts, and natural extracts to ensure that your tea is flavorful and satisfying. That sounds pretty good just listening to that. And so it really is actually pretty good. That was really convincing. And so I decided to try it. So I tried some different, I drink mostly iced tea. I haven't tried it hot yet. I'm sure it's fine, but I like to have things that are cold with lots of ice in it. So I've only tried the iced tea. And let me read you some of the different flavors. There's a whole bunch of different flavors. I'll just read you a few of them. I have them all listed on my blog post that I'll put later so you can see them all. But some are apple cinnamon green tea. There's lots of apricot varieties, blackberry, raspberries. There's lots of different chai flavors. Cherry, chamomile. That's really good for if you have a tummy ache. I have drank that one before because that helps your tummy. And cinnamon, citrus, cranberry, lots of different Earl Greys, English tea, ginger, gingerbread, jasmine, lemongrass, mandarin, mango. That sounds good. I think I've had that one. It was pretty good. Orange, oolong, peach, peppermint. That's also good for upset tummy. Pomegranate, raspberry, rose, a sleepy blend, which I assume helps you, is good to drink before you go to bed if you're having trouble getting to sleep. And spearmint, strawberry, vanilla. And he also, those are all like in a tea bag, and then he also sells loose leaf tea. So he makes all different kinds, whether you want it in a tea bag or if you just want loose leaf. Or since I'm not a tea drinker, I don't know what you do with loose leaf, but I'm sure if you're a tea drinker yourself, you know what you do with that. So he has all the different kinds, the same amount of different kinds of loose leaf tea. So let me tell you why you should try the tea man. First of all, like I just read to you, he has so many different choices available. It's amazing. You will definitely find some kind of variety for you. There's so many different choices. I'm sure that he has something that you would like. I also like the instructions. He gives really great instructions because, like I just said, I had no idea how to make tea. I didn't know anything about tea. So he gives you really great instructions that come with it, or it's on his website, and it shows you all about how to make the tea and what you need to do, whether to make it iced, hot. I guess the different kinds of tea you can make different ways. So he has all of those instructions, so you will definitely know what to do. He answers your questions quickly and thoroughly. Of course, since I had no idea what kind of tea, anything to buy, I sent him on Etsy. It's called a conversation, or we call it a combo. So I sent him that and asked him all kinds of questions about what kind of tea would be good for iced tea, things that he recommended, all of that. And he's always very quick to respond and very thorough and helpful in his answers. He doesn't make, he didn't make me feel like an idiot, like, you dumb idiot, you know nothing about tea. What are you talking to me for? He didn't do that. He's always very kind and very polite. He's got good customer service, that's for sure. You can also request your own custom order. That's what my mom and I did. He either has a sampler choice where you can get that and then you can pick different things you want in your sampler. Or my mom and I wanted to each have a certain amount. We wanted the same kind flavors, but we wanted different amounts that were available in the sampler. So he can also make a custom order for you. You just have to request it. There's a button there on Etsy that tells you how to request a custom order, and he will make that for you. And like I already mentioned, the tea is delicious. If he can win over a picky person like me who doesn't like tea and then turn me into a tea drinker, his tea is definitely delicious. You know it for sure. The best thing is he has decaf tea, because part of that thing where my ears plug up that I mentioned earlier, besides getting it from being dehydrated, I get it from caffeine. So I had to switch to decaf. And luckily, he has lots of different choices available. I was afraid, oh, what am I going to do? There's only going to be like one choice of tea or something. But no, I have plenty of different flavor varieties that are decaf, which is awesome because I like variety. And one of my favorite things, as you know, I like saving money. So one of my favorite things about his tea is it is inexpensive. I compared it with the price of the tea that you find in the store. and it was cheaper. Even with the shipping and everything, it is cheaper than the tea that you buy in the store. So the Tea Man's tea is really worth it because you can save money. And that's really important. That went over my dad too, so that my mom could buy it, because he and I are the same. We really like to save every penny that we can. So he liked that I did all the price comparisons and everything. And so he liked that it was cheaper too. So my mom was able to buy some too. And if you want to give it as a gift, there's 59 different gift tins available that you can get, and you can order and have it sent to yourself if you want to deliver it locally. Or he can also, and you only get charged just once for shipping, not twice, you can also ask him to ship it to a different address other than your own address, and he will just do that for you and take care of it, and that's really great. So those are all the reasons why you should buy from the Tea Man. And the other thing is, if you like coffee, which I also like coffee, he has lots of different coffee varieties available too. And that is what I'm going to be trying soon because it sounds really good. He roasts them himself, and he will send you the whole beans. Or if you don't have a grinder, like I don't have a coffee grinder, he will grind them for you and send them to you already ground. You just have to let him know that you need it that way. So there's definitely lots of reasons to check out his shop. I will put a link to my post in the comments as soon as I am done so that you can go check it out for yourself. I hope you do. He's a really nice guy, and it's nice to find good people nowadays, and those are the ones that I like doing business with, especially small businesses that make things themselves. I like helping out people like that. So please check it out in the comment and the link in the comments. And if there's anything else you need, feel free to leave me a comment here. Leave it on the page. I will certainly get back to you. And I hope this video worked this time, and that you could all hear me. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks. Bye.